eliminated.
Hey guys, this is Drax, back with another Battlefront 2 video, and today we'll be looking at Tallie Lintra's hero ship in Starfighter Assault. Tallie Lintra, otherwise known as Tallie, was Blue leader to the Resistance on their evacuation from Dakar. She pilots a blue RZ-2 A-Wing, and yes, we saw her use it for a short time at the beginning of The Last Jedi. Here she commanded over the bombers and fighters that form up to take out the Dreadnought. She actually says something like, "Bombers, keep that tight formation," which ends up being a bad order as all but one bomber survives when part of a TIE fighter sets off a chain of explosions. Not the best idea there, Tallie. Thankfully, the one bomber that did survive was enough to take out the Dreadnought. Tallie lives through the battle but is soon called to arms again when the Resistance is tracked through hyperspace. Tallie quickly boards her A-Wing and is ready for battle in the hangar, but Kylo Ren is quicker to act and fires his deadly dual magpost torpedoes straight through the magnetic field into the hangar, killing Tallie and many others in one swift blow. Poe Dameron only just survived as he was about to enter the hangar door just before the torpedoes hit. So Tallie didn't get much screen time at all, around 30 seconds I think if we actually counted it. Steel Dice decided to put Tallie into the game, and I'm thankful that they did. If I'm being honest, I would have loved to have seen Tallie's character develop more in the film, but at least we have her here in Star Wars Battlefront 2. She has definitely become one of my favourite hero ships to use. I've always enjoyed using the Interceptor class, with them being my favourite type of starfighter, and Tallie's is no exception as it excels in agility and firepower. Tallie's A-Wing comes equipped with quad laser cannons, and she also has her abilities called Afterburner, dual concussion missiles and Blue Leader. Afterburner is pretty self-explanatory, it makes you go faster for a brief period of time. I mostly use it to get into battles rather than getting out of them, catching up with targets who are some distance away. Sometimes you might find the speed useful to actually get away from the pursuer, but most of the time turning fast would do a better job. The Afterburner also cancels out a missile or torpedo lock if you need it, but once again most of the time a quick turn will suffice. Dual concussion missiles is also pretty self-explanatory, you lock on and you fire, otherwise a quick double tap of the ability button or key will dumbfire them in a straight line. Mainly useful for dealing a bit of extra damage on hero ships and objectives. If you need to use it on a target, I always advise getting close and firing to give the enemy no chance of avoiding the hit. The damage is pretty low as standard, but the stun effect is nice slowing targets so you can finish them easier. Her final ability, Blue Leader, is quite special as for the duration, Tallie and all allies around her will receive a health regen bonus. A key thing to staying alive in this mode is to have teammates there to back you up. Keep them alive with this ability and you shouldn't have too many problems. The regeneration rate is not high, but as you are weaving and dodging around you might find it useful enough to save your skin sometimes. Best used in areas where there are a lot of friendly fighters around to buff up your team. For star cards there are 4 that I recommend, but feel free to switch them out depending on how you feel. My number 1 card for Tallie has got to be Elite Pilot. Here I take something Tallie is already good at, that being turn speed, and increase it by 40% at top tier. By now you will know the faster you can turn, the more you can survive. Tallie is literally able to turn the tables on attackers as her turn rate is so much better than theirs. She may even have the best turn rate in game, but I'm not sure on that one as I haven't got any stats. Maybe the only one I really think can match her is Kylo's TIE Silencer, but we'll take a closer look at his ship in the next Starfighter guide. My second card is Inspiring Presence, boosting the health recovered per second on that Blue Leader ability up to a maximum of 90. That's a decent amount, mostly useful for healing up allies whilst dodging around. Without this card, Tallie's central ability is not very effective as the low heal rate is hardly noticeable. I've only really noticed a difference on the 3rd tier, and if I'm being honest, I would like to see the standard regen rate increase sometime in the future, and then this card could possibly improve the ability more so. And for the 3rd card, I'd go with either Advanced Capacitors or Tune Lasers. Fire for longer or output more damage. You may even want to switch out Inspiring Presence to accommodate both of these, or if you want to choose one and keep the Inspiring Presence card, then I think the Advanced Capacitors makes more sense as the percentage at top tier will make a bigger difference in combat. 40% heat reduction over the 10% extra damage. As always, these are just my recommendations. If you find something different that works well for you, then that is great too. Feel free to share your favourite cards in the comments. Now moving on, if you want to be effective in Tallie's A-Wing, you need to get used to turning a lot and weaving between objects and debris in space to stay alive. Her A-Wing is only slightly stronger than the X-Wing, and because of this it goes down pretty much just as fast. Focus on taking out players quick and moving on to the next one. Keep moving and keep turning. Try not to let anyone line up their shots on you. If at any time you do get attacked, Tallie is one of the best heroes for a turn in the table, so slow right down and turn hard. You'll be on their tail in no time. This can be done even faster if you have the elite pilot card equipped, so I really do recommend using that one. She can stay in the thick of it, blending in with other A-wings, but most of the time I would advise staying near debris, as you would be able to use it to your advantage. The A-wing is small, so you can fit through smaller gaps, and because of the turn rate you'll find it easier to outsmart your pursuer. If you choose to battle it out in the open, just remember to eliminate targets quick and keep changing directions. Tallie is definitely one of my favourite hero ships to use in game right now. She may not have the best health or abilities, but her small profile, speed, firepower and turn rate usually equals me having a lot of fun when using her ship. Hopefully with this guide you can too. So guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. Let me know what you think of Tallie's A-Wing in the comments. Any questions, please leave them below. And if you would like to see more guides like this one, then don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe if you are new. As always, thanks for watching and I'll see you next time.